Hey guys, welcome to the shed. So 3 weeks have passed since I took apart this Hughes and Kettner Polar 10 because this voice coil, this tweeter, was gone. It blew, and I'm not really sure what the cause of it was. But anyway, I finally today got my replacement. Just in time. We have a gig tomorrow morning, so I figured I'd kind of show you guys how this is put back together. So we'll get right to it. So basically, this is kind of the enclosure of the speaker. So you got to take all this apart. Clearly, this doesn't come as a package. You just get the voice coil. And it's weird because I've never seen one like this. It looks like it's basically just a little plastic bubble surrounded by, like a little plastic ring. Here, let me take this out. So there it is. That's the voice coil. All right. So it's like a little plastic bubble. There's like a copper ring around the edge of it that connects to these two pins, and that's it. This is 8 ohms. 10 watts. So anyway, that's what they send you to replace it with. I'll show you the part number. I'll list it in the description below. I don't even know if that'll come up for you. Let me just tap the phone there, maybe. I don't know if I can get that to focus. Anyway. Maybe not, eh? All right. Well, anyway, I'll get it in the description. The part number is Frank Edward 25 Nelson -02. So Frank Edward 25 Nelson -02. FE25N-02. So that's the part. I'm just going to do a quick test. So last time I had noticed that this voice coil there was no resistance at all. So as you can see on the meter there, well, maybe you can't see. Let me see if I can move that for you. So the meter is showing 1. It's not really doing anything. On the new voice coil, let's see if we have oh, we definitely have something. So it's showing a resistance. It's kind of 5.8. So this is supposed to be an 8 ohm coil. So yeah, that's probably about right. So anyway, at least we know that the voice coil was blown. So this thing comes apart. There's 4 screws holding this together. There's 4 screws here. Take this apart. This enclosure pops right off. That's what the inside looks like. It's just plastic. There's nothing fancy in there. And voila, here is the voice coil. Now, something that's kind of weird is this is covered in oil. There's oil or some kind of grease all over this. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. The new voice coil doesn't come with like an oil or kit or anything, a little bag of oil that you have to put in there. It has no instructions. It doesn't tell you anything. So I don't really know if I should wipe this off or leave it there. But it's covered. Like, this thing is covered in oil, and there's oil there. So I think I might, I don't know. I don't know what that's for. Lubrication maybe, or, for the vibration. Anyway, I think I might just wipe a little bit of it off and just reassemble, kind of keep it as clean as possible. I don't want to take the other one apart because this is a pain in the butt to take apart. It's got all these clips you got to bend, and then you got to pry the thing off and to get the screen off, and it's kind of annoying. So I'm not going to do that. So anyway, so this voice coil is now off. So I'm just going to pop this one in place here. Take a clean cloth, and I'm just going to dab away this kind of oily texture. And who knows, like maybe Maybe that's why it blew in the first place. Maybe it's not supposed to be wet, but it definitely looks like some kind of oil. It's kind of brownish yellow in color, and I don't really know what it's for. So anyway, all right, so there's like 2 holes here. Like, other than the 4 screw holes, there's 2 holes, so clearly you have to line them up. To line up this voice coil. Must sit in those pins somehow. Guess that's all there is to that. Doesn't really seem like it's really snapping into place here. I don't know, it's loose. The other one seemed a little kind of tighter. Yeah, the other one really seats in there properly. Must not be in the right orientation, I guess. Oh, there we go. There we go. So there's a way, there's definitely a way to orient this, and it has to be nice and tight on the grooves. There can't be any space there. So that goes that way. And then this top cover needs to be screwed back into place. I guess this doesn't really matter which way it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together with the 4 screws there, and then I'll show you where I'm at. All right, so it's all together. So that's all it is. So you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, can you see that? Like, the oil is kind of squeezing through the seam here. So I don't know if it acts as a conductor, or if it acts as a sealer, or like, there's no oil on the actual plastic, bubble part of the coil. Forgive me my terminology. I don't know what the heck this is. I've never seen anything like this before. But anyway, so that's what it looks like when it's assembled. So you got these 4 screws there. You pop those off. This comes apart. The voice coil's inside. Here are the tabs. One here, one here. And you'll notice that there's a smaller tab and a smaller clip and a bigger clip. So the smaller one clips to the blue wire, the bigger one clips to the yellow wire. That's pretty much foolproof there. And then this is the horn that sits on the outside of the column. And so basically this mounts to this like so. So once it's all mounted up, it's going to look like that. So basically I'm going to go ahead and mount that up, and I'll be back when that's done. All right, well, there we have it. It's just, the nut goes from the top right through, and then there's a flat washer. I don't know if you can see that there's a flat washer, a little lock washer, and just a regular nut on the end of the bolt. So that's it. So then all together, it kind of looks like this. So, all right. So that's kind of what your horn looks like. I thought I would get like the whole thing, but clearly not. You just get the little internal. And I just keep checking at every phase to make sure I still have resistance in this thing. And so far, so good. So anyway, so now we're just going to pop this thing back into place and screw it from the front side, and then reconnect the wires, and we'll do a little sound check. So I'll be back when this is screwed in. Okay, so this just drops into place from the front. Make sure the tabs on the back are oriented the right way. The small clip with the small clip, and the bigger tab with the bigger clip. And they're held in place with 4 screws, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. All right, that's screwed in. So now we're going to flip this over. And we're going to reconnect these tabs here. Go. There's 1, Got to give these a little pinch to make sure that the clips are nice and tight. Don't want this to vibrate loose. And we'll do the same with this one. Go. All right, that should be it. We should be good to go. So let's turn this sucker around and do a little sound check before I reassemble this grill and the back plate. Let me move this. So here, I'll show you what I got going on. So I have the Polar 10 sub here, and so the way it connects is like you have to slide this like female connector into the male connector down here, and these 4 pins just hold the tower solid. But because I'm doing a bench test, I just got a regular guitar cable right here, and I have a female to female connector. So this I'm just going to put over here like so, and the other end and this end I will just put in here like so. There we go. So that should be it. So let's just set this up here again like so. And I'm going to, well, I can hear some noise because the Polar 10 is on. And I can hear some hiss coming from the tweeter, so sounds like we're all good. The Polar 10 is Bluetooth, so I can connect my phone. Oh, excuse me, it's dusty in here. I can connect my phone and kind of, you know, play a tune to make sure everything works, but I can't do it while I'm recording. So I guess I'll end this for now, guys. And here I'm going to crank up the volume here. Let's see if I can. And I'll bring you guys in close for a listen. So I'm going to crank up the volume. You'll hear the hiss coming from the speakers if I can put it right next to the mic. So here we go. You can hear the tweeter. You can hear it fine. So I guess we're reconnected. Anyway, guys. So that's it. That's how you replace the voice coil on a Polar 10. What really bugs me is the fact that these stores that sell this stuff don't have an accessible parts list. Like, so I emailed Hughes and Kettner. They told me I needed to get in touch with the store where I bought it. So I went to the store that I bought it from. They said they don't have any listings for parts. So then we found out that Yorkville Sound is the supplier for Hughes and Kettner here in Canada. So we had to contact Yorkville Sound, but I can't contact them because they won't deal with the customer directly. They'll only deal with the retail store. So I had to get my retail store, which is along McQuaid, to call, you know, Yorkville Sound, figure out what the part number was, and get all this stuff, and then have it ordered, and then they may or may not send that request to the warehouse up there. So and then there's no tracking number, so this just shows up when it shows up. Like, you kind of don't know. It's kind of annoying. Like, if you're going to be a retailer and you accept, you know, from a manufacturer that you're going to be selling something, you should, you know, have some terms and conditions. You should, like, all right, we'll sell your Polar 10s, but you need to give us some parts. And I know you can't stock like thousands of units of parts because, you know, they may never sell. I understand that, but, or at least have a system where you know, a gigging musician isn't waiting 3 weekends to get his sound system replaced. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know, I'm sure if I was Brad Paisley walking through the door, I'd have got that fixed in 3 days, let alone 3 weeks, right? So you should maybe treat every customer like a Brad Paisley. It's really annoying. So anyway, hopefully this fixes the problem. Hopefully it was an isolated issue with this bad voice coil, and hopefully, you know, it doesn't happen again. Anyway, guys, hope this was semi-educational, but that's how you take that apart. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm going to shut this video off, but then I'll record another short one. I'll link it to this one so you guys won't even know that I did that. But because I want to test this with my phone and I have to stop recording. I'll just to show you how to put this back together. Because it's a little tricky, I guess, if you've never done it before. But nothing you guys can't figure out, I'm sure. But anyway, it'd be nice if it came with an instruction manual. That's all I can say. Anyway, guys, I'll be right back with the reassembly of the screen and the back plate. Take care. All right, well, this little voice coil sounds amazing. It's ridiculous how much of a difference a little 10 watt 8 ohm voice coil in a 2000 watt, you know, system. And I know that 2000 watts is probably not true wattage. It's probably like more like RMS or something, or peak wattage or whatever. But still, it's crazy how much clarity this little sucker provides. It's just amazing. I wish I could kind of record and have this, you know, playing for you. I need kind of 2 devices, and maybe I'll be able to do it sometimes. But I'll try and get a video of our sound system. On Saturday I have a gig and we'll be using this, so I'll try and get a video of this so you can just kind of hear it in a gig situation. So anyway, all right, so to put this back together, and again, kind of a pain in the butt, so the cymbal goes to the bottom, and all these little tabs need to line up with the little tab holes in the side of the column, and you need to push that through, and you need to be careful not to bend these. They're pretty resistant, so I think you'll be I think you're fine. But anyway, so here we go. We're gonna try and line that up. This should be fun. It's not too bad, I guess. Just gotta I just don't like how this is set up. So this gap in the column, this gap you see here has to be gone. Like, it has to be nice and flush. I'm just checking in the back. I don't know if you can see that in the back. I'll try and point out one, but here's right here's a little tab. I guess you can't see that one, can you? Here's a little tab right down here, just above this screw hole where the back plate mounts to. There's a little tab. It has to come through, and it has to be all the way through because you have to bend that L-shaped part. So it's a little tricky, I guess. Got to work at it. I think it's pretty much in there. If you can see the tab at the top, like through the bottom, you're all good. I'll see if I can show you that. I don't know that you'll see that. I'm trying to get you in the light here. So, right over here, you can see the tab is through the plastic enclosure, and now I got to bend the tab inward to kind of lock the screen onto the plastic casing or enclosure or whatever you want to call it. So I did, anyway. Trying to get that as nice tight as I can. There's no real way to finesse it. You just kind of gotta use a little bit of brawn, I guess. All right, and now with a flat screwdriver, you can bend those tabs inward. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It doesn't take much. Just bending them in. You just need to bend them enough so that they don't, come back out through the hole is all. It doesn't need to be bent 90 degrees by any means. It's just to offset them. So by putting the screwdriver against the wall of the enclosure behind the tab, you can just give the screwdriver a little twist and it'll lock those tabs into place. So there might be another way to do it, but that's the easiest way I've found. And that's it. All right, so that's done. So once that's all done, check all your connections, make sure they're still good. A little looser than I'd like it to be. Let's see if I can just... Man, these magnets are strong. There we go. It's nice and tight. It's not coming out. All right, and now for the back. So the back panel, same thing. The emblem goes to the bottom, and basically super simple. These just line up with those holes, and should be pretty easy. Oops. There you go. That lines up. Make sure you don't have any wires stuck in there. These screws screw into all those holes. There's like 12 of them, and then these caps just hide the screws, and that's it, all done. So anyway, hope that was semi-informative for guys. So that's a Polar, Hughes & Kettner Polar 10 sound system, and basically to change the speaker would be the same process. You would just kind of take the back off, take the screen off, pop the speaker out, replace the speaker, put the clips in. The voice coil comes in, comes all apart. I didn't know that that's how that worked, but it's a good learning experience. Anyway, hopefully these will work and this voice coil will last and it won't give us any more problems. But if they do, I will keep you posted. If you have a sound system like this and you ran into that issue as well, please comment, let me know. Any information is good information. Thanks guys, God bless, and we'll chat with you soon. All right, bye.